On December 6, 2018, I will have been a mom for 10 glorious years. And as I look back on this decade, I realize there are some truths about being a mom that I don't think everybody understands. Number one, it is hard AF. I mean, there's nothing harder than it. Not the toughest job you'll ever have, not losing a limb. It is the hardest thing, period. I mean, nature drops this helpless. And when I say helpless, it's crazy. Human beings are supposed to be sophisticated, and yet as children, we have zero survival instincts. There's nothing like it in the entire animal kingdom. But anyway, that's aside. So nature drops this beautiful, incompetent blob in your lap, and you're somehow expected to keep it alive. You're meant to feed it, you're meant to bathe it, and you're meant to somehow raise it so that it doesn't end up in jail or rehab or both. Great, super, we're on it. Number two is that your body completely betrays you. I mean, pregnancy is crazy, but postpartum body is at another level. I mean, you're talking about C-section scars, you're talking about tears in your perineum. I didn't even know I had a perineum until it was being stitched up on the operating table. And even if you didn't carry the child yourself, the struggle is just as real. You're talking about sleepless nights, new relationship dynamics, paternal hormones, which are also very real. And the third and most interesting thing is judgment. It's like once you become a mom, the whole world has the right to tell you how you should and should not be raising your child. I don't know any other group in the entire population that is subjected to a constant performance review no matter what they do. I mean, your mom is judging, other moms are judging, non-moms are judging. The problem obviously arises from the fact that we have a vision of what mothers should be that goes back to 1950, even here in 2018. And you look at images in mainstream media, even in a movie like Black Panther with very strong female leads, still the role of the mother played by Angela Bassett that was still kind of docile. Even in The Incredibles, Elastigirl is the one who stays at home, puts on a robe, and is happy doing household chores all day. And she's a superhero. And it starts really early. I did a little search on moms that our children watch. Remember Dora the Explorer? Yeah, we love Dora. No complaints. And this was the description that I found about Dora's mom. I mean, kill me now. She's a baker. She's a mother of 3. She's Papi's wife. She's kind and caring. Oh. And my personal favorite, she wears a purple calf-length dress. I mean, I really hope she's wearing a lace thong under that dress because this pains me. But you get the gist. The movie Bad Moms is a great example. As far as I can tell, all those moms did was have the audacity to have thoughts, desires, identities outside their children. So rather than dispel stereotypes, I think the movie kind of fed into them a little bit. There's a checklist of what moms should look like, and I'm pretty sure it was made by a man. But it goes something like this. Number 1, you must be available for everybody at all times and with a smile if possible. So that's when the grubby kids come home, that's when your husband comes home, even if you have your own job, whether you're taking a shit, you gotta be around. Number 2, you have to somehow have an unhealthy obsession with baking. And this is not Betty Crocker no more. We're talking about organic, gluten-free, sugar-free, taste-free, whatever the latest fad is, you better be on it. Number 3, your happiness is directly correlated with the quality of household products in your house. Number 4, your identity must be something like this. 99% mom and 1% everything else. Oh, and by the way, and if you don't work, you're a slacker. Number 5, you must enjoy sex, but only at night in the missionary position with the lights off. If you happen to be a sex freak, you gotta bury that shit. And number 6, you have to do it all by yourself, period. I was blissfully unaware of this list when I had my first child. Until I started hearing things like, wow, you work part-time and you have a nanny? Yeah, and I do my nails as well. What of it? And wow, you look really good for a mom. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Have I given up all right to be healthy and attractive and fit just because I produce children? And my personal favorite, oh, you've really outsourced motherhood. No, dickhead, I outsource laundry, and those are completely different things. Can we say that together? Motherhood is not household chores. Household chores is not motherhood. Whether or not I scrub my bathroom floors has nothing to do with how I raise my children. Anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, it is biologically really hard to be a bad mom. Nature takes care of that. And I'm not talking about yelling at your kids or fantasizing about slipping them a Valium after your 8th bedtime story, because we've all done that. I'm talking about inflicting long-term, sustained physical or emotional damage on your children. And the people who do that are very likely suffering from some sort of mental trauma themselves. Or sure, some of them are just pure evil. But they're a very small proportion of moms. So for the rest of us, we're just trying to live our lives, escape your judgment, and not raise assholes. But what happens when we throw the term bad moms around loosely is that we set moms up to fail. There is no way we can live up to those expectations. And for many of us, it's not even worth trying. Too many moms experience early motherhood that is plagued with guilt, anxiety, postpartum depression, and that's a real issue in our societies. So if you're worried about how children are being raised in your community, if you feel like judging the kid with the scrappy hair or the one with bad table manners, give a thought to those moms first. Because if those moms are not doing okay, those kids are done for. And if anybody wants to drop off a gluten-free, sugar-free, taste-free, fuck-free cake for my kids, knock yourselves out. I'm gonna go do my nails. Ciao.